Good evening and welcome to One Hub Racing. This is the P4 tier. Round 6 takes us to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya in Spain. I'm Tom Kent, giving you the details tonight in the commentary box in place of Liam, who is not around for this evening. But nevertheless, the show must go on, and with 3 rounds to go, the championship is very much hotting up as the top 6 drivers in the championship all separated by 15 points, with a maximum of 21 points available for each driver, as far as I know. So 63 points still left on the table for each driver. And could the championship take another twist in this compelling campaign? So Jamie, at the moment, 5 points clear at the top. Jamie Met, that is, in the McLaren over the 2 Red Bulls of Infamous, who's on 56 points, and then Jason a further 3 points back on 53. Then it's the second McLaren of Mason in 4th place with 50, and then it's Giggle, who wasn't around last week in Hungary. He's in 5th place on 47, and it's Jess, who's done surprisingly well this season, better than expected, in the Williams in 6th place. So we're just a few minutes away from the start of qualifying, 18 minutes to determine the grid. We are expecting around 15 or 16 drivers this evening. Once qualifying is over, we'll go into a 50% race distance event, 33 laps it is round the Barcelona circuit. Just to run through our sponsors, One Hub Racing sponsors and partners, whilst we await for this session to get underway. So we begin with Next Level Racing, who's sponsored the league by providing its prizes. Pure Sim Gear, who's sponsored the league by providing a pair of their sim racing gloves to the driver with the most combined total of pole positions and fastest laps. And Gamergoo, who's sponsored the league by providing Gamergoo samples to trophy winners. On to the partners, Vespa Team, who partner One Hub Racing with their support of the championship prizes. ERT, who partner One Hub Racing with the Going Gets Tough Award and league trophies. And finally, SimGrid, who power One Hub Racing with their community and platform. All the results, stand-ins, and all the details you can find about One Hub Racing in terms of how each driver is doing, you can find out on the SimGrid website as well. And of course, there is a way of getting involved in One Hub Racing in case you are interested in joining. It's very simple. In the description, in the YouTube description below, you can find the One Hub Racing Discord link. It'll tell you all the details. So on Fridays, they run an F1 League. On Tuesdays, they run an ASSETTO CORSA COMPETIZIONE PS5 League. And on Thursdays, they run an ASSETTO CORSA COMPETIZIONE PC League. So any of you interested in getting involved in that, do make sure you join the Discord. And of course, all the admins involved in that will guide you to where it is you need to sign up. So we are approaching 6:15 p.m. British Summer Time. 3 rounds to go, beginning with Spain. And of course, the next 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds of the season, we go to Austin on the 23rd, and then the season concludes in Bahrain at the end of this month, the 30th of September, to round off season 21 of this championship. Who's going to be crowned champion of P4 tier? Well, it's anyone's game, really. Barcelona is very much a track where strategy is very much the importance of achieving a brilliant result. Same for any track, quite frankly. But of course, a lot of these drivers will be very tempted to do well on one of the most nostalgic circuits for any sim racing or for any gamer, it has to be said. Barcelona has been on the Formula 1 calendar since 1991. It has undergone some changes with the configuration, but the vast majority of the circuit is still there. The most recent change was, of course, in 2021, where they reprofiled the turn 10 and 11 section at the end of the back straight. I'm sure the drivers will be very wary of that section. Okay, good entry and exit coming out of there. So let's get down into some drivers' press conference then from the P4 tier. As Jason, who's one of the championship contenders, he's been saying in the press conference in response to the question was asked of him was, you've been at the front of a championship battle before, does the pain on missing out in previous seasons make you want to win it more, so make you want it even more? And this is what Jason had to say. He said, of course I want to win it when I can, but I will not win it this season because I missed the next race. So I'm basically out of the title hunt already, but I want to do the best I can in the last races to win the team's championship for a third time in a row. And I can only say to that, that is a positive mental attitude from Jason, who is racing for Red Bull this season. He won last time out in Hungary last week. I do remember him in a Ferrari a couple of seasons back where he narrowly missed out on the title. There was an event at Imola, the season finale at Imola, where he crashed out whilst running very high up. I think he was running in the lead at the time, and that mistake on the exit of Tamburello had cost him very, very dearly, handing the title to his teammate at the time, Fossibert, as a consequence of that. Well, Fossibert, who won the championship 2 seasons ago, he will be aiming to repeat the feat. It was known as the Prospect tier a couple of seasons back. Now it's called the P4 tier, just to help reduce confusion as to which tier is what in terms of level and difficulty for each of the drivers, and of course for the fans who are tuning in. And looking at Fossibert's performance, he fails to finish last week in Hungary, unfortunately, which is a huge shame. And at the moment, as far as his season is concerned, he's not doing particularly great. Only 21 points scored this season. His best result being a 6th place finish a couple of rounds ago at Imola. But Hungary was one to forget for him. And we'll go on to the result of Hungary because Jason came out on top in that. And Jamie Met came coming home in 2nd place. That's his 3rd second place finish of the season so far. And Infamous keeping himself in championship contention in 3rd place, with Jess coming home in a fine 4th position, which is her equal best result of the season. She's already picked up a 2nd place before this campaign at the Red Bull Ring. The Red Bull Ring seems to be a very popular track for her. A couple of seasons ago, she finished on the podium in mixed conditions in the Prospect tier, and I'm sure she'll be aiming for a podium finish this time around. Well, the drivers are ready, 14 drivers in the lobby, and we are ready to go for qualifying. 18 minutes it will be to determine the grid who will be on pole position by the end of the next 18 minutes or so. I'm just waiting for our telemetry analysis system to come on screen. We can't seem to get it on at the moment, so it may take a little bit more time before that comes alive. But even if we don't, I'll still give you as much detail as possible as to how the drivers are doing on circuit as we go on. And in regards to rivalries, well, Jamie Met was asked a question about his rivalry, and he was asked, you've arguably been the most consistent driver for the better part of the previous 2 or 3 seasons that you've raced at the Barcelona circuit. You also have a points advantage. Surely that's enough to crown you champion it in a few short or long, in a case, weeks. And his response was, I would like to say I am secure it. And that's what he said anyway. I do have a chance, however I feel like Infamous is a fundamentally faster driver than me, so I will need to maximise my potential and need some help to win out. I am a lot closer to him than last season, and maybe if Miami went differently, it may be different. I feel like I can secure a top 3 finish, which was my main pre-season target. As you can see, we have some drivers on circuit now. There is Kaya in the AlphaTauri. He'll be aiming for a top result here. And so far, he is 12th, or he finished 12th last week in Hungary. His overall position in the championship is 16th with only 6 points. A best result of 9th at the Rebel Ring. So he'll be aiming for a better result here. And our telemetry analysis system has come on board. You can see that Kaya has already gone for a spin on the exit of turn 9, which is not particularly great. I don't think he's touched the barrier, but that won't do him any favours either way. There is Smithy Chris in the Aston Martin, going through the reprofiled turn 10 and 11 before he comes through turns 12. And we'll go on board for a lap with him and see how he gets on. In fact, he's coming into the pits, so I don't know if he's suffered damage out there. He has actually. I'm just looking to see if he has picked up any damage. I'm just looking on the telemetry analysis system at the moment. Doesn't appear that he's had any damage, so either way, we'll go to Matthias because he's just started a flying lap now. Well, he did start a flying lap, but he's thrown it all the way through turn 3. Now he's got to be careful not to rejoin and put other drivers off as he's coming back onto the circuit. The car is ghosted when it's facing the wrong way, like you've just seen there. So we'll go to another driver next as Kaya goes for another spin. This is Kingham in the Williams, just his teammate for this season. Here's turn 9 DRS open. There are 2 DRS zones on this circuit, one on the pit straight, one on the back straight. As Kingham through sector 2. It was a 30.0 that he posted through sector 2. He makes his way through the last chicane. He's caught this sausage curve on the outside and it's propelled him into a spin. So that's that lap ruined. Baz is coming over the line though. It's not going to be a representative time. It's the first time on the board, so at least he's got a time on there. He'll want to go again and improve. There's Matthias, who had that spin at turn 3. He's coming over the line now. And he's posted a time on the board. It's not anything representative, but it puts him P2 for now, I should say. Infamous has started a flying lap for Rebel, the man who is second in the championship, 5 points adrift of Jamie Met. The race winner of Interlagos, Brazil. And Jason has retired from the session, it seems. He doesn't look like he's going to go out there and get a lap on the board, so he'll be starting at the back of the grid. And what can Infamous do with this lap? I'm looking on the telemetry. On through, it's 31.13 sector 2, which is the fastest we've seen in the session so far. He's aiming to continue on as Buzzer goes fastest. We're on 20.3. Infamous is crossing over the line now. It's not going to be better than that, but it's enough to put in P2. 1.3 seconds off the pace. Rageman in the Alpine through sector 2, the fastest second sector of everyone. He's faster through sector 1 as well. So Rageman on a good lap already. Straight for the chicane of turns 14 and 15. Nice and smooth on the exit. Down the pit straight. It's going to be a 1 minute 18.8 and he goes to provisional pole by a long margin.